el sentimiento, el cariño que él expresa es el mismo de mi parte, ¿no? Yo lo quiero mucho, te llamaba siempre, era muy viejo, ¿no? En la selección y creo que tenemos una muy buena relación a pesar de que ya no trabajamos juntos. Desde mi punto de vista, creo que es uno de los mejores entrenadores que me ha tocado. Eh, si bien el final de la selección no fue lo que esperábamos todos, creo que a su llegada hizo un gran trabajo, ¿no? Como lo está haciendo ahora en Miami, ¿no? Están haciendo un trabajo muy bueno, su estilo de juego y bueno, los chicos lo han entendido a la perfección y creo que ese es parte fundamental del cambio de Miami, ¿no? Que es el inicio de la temporada, lo que es el día de hoy.
Héctor Herrera, y eso tiene. ¿Qué representa para ti en tu segunda temporada con el Dynamo poder competir por un campeonato mañana en este caso?
Muchísimo, ¿no? Creo que es muy importante para mí, porque lo dije a mi llegada, ¿no? Que venía a cambiarle la historia al club, a ponerlo a competir contra los mejores equipos de la liga, que venía a ganar títulos y bueno, creo que en la primera temporada completa lo estamos haciendo muy bien. Es verdad que queremos muchísimo más, pero como lo dije cuando terminó la temporada pasada, ¿no? Es un proceso, sabemos que tenemos que trabajar mucho, todavía creo que estamos en camino de mejorar muchas cosas, pero bueno, mañana tenemos una gran oportunidad para hacer historia, para quedar en la historia del club, para darle una alegría a nuestra gente, una alegría a nosotros mismos, a nuestras familias que sufren siempre con nosotros y que están ahí siempre apoyándonos, ¿no? Entonces, para mí creo que va a ser un día muy especial si logramos llevar la copa a casa.
Siempre que recuerdas que Miguel, que fue mucho trabajo cuando llegaste a MLS, ahora que vuelves a la selección, es otra vez el Héctor Herrera, siempre conocido diferente.
No, creo que el año pasado me costó mucho la llegada, entre el ritmo, había estado un tiempo sin jugar, había estado en vacaciones, tuve muchas lesiones también cuando llegué, creo que eso me costó muchísimo terminar la temporada y llegar en el mejor momento al Mundial, ¿no? Hoy en día ha sido diferente, creo que he trabajado toda la temporada muy bien, la temporada, he conocido a todos mis compañeros, estoy más unido a ellos, los conozco mejor, hemos armado un buen grupo, más allá de un buen equipo, creo que somos un grupo unido que quiere lo mismo, ¿no? Y creo que eso es lo más importante, ¿no? Yo en lo personal estoy contento con cómo va la temporada, pero bueno, como lo dije al inicio, ¿no? Lo más importante es el equipo que llega al playoff, que ganamos el día de mañana, que sigamos haciendo las cosas bien y lo individual creo que va a ir de la mano si lo seguimos haciendo de esa manera, ¿no? Obviamente que el objetivo siempre es estar bien para poder ayudar a tu equipo, poder ayudar a la selección también, que es un sueño que todo el jugador quiere, pero bueno, estamos en buen camino y hay que seguir trabajando sobre eso.
Cambia mucho el escenario.
Es el mejor del mundo, que no va a cambiar la situación o el partido. Para nosotros, yo lo dije al inicio, es una motivación poder jugar contra él otra vez, ¿no? Yo he tenido la oportunidad de jugar muchas veces y es algo que te motiva, te ilusiona poder ganarle. Conociendo al Tata y cómo se manejan ahí, estarán, yo creo que esperando a ver si puede jugar o no, porque sabemos de lo que es capaz dentro de la cancha, pero nosotros estamos enfocados en lo nuestro, en lo que nos toca hacer a nosotros y eso es lo más importante, creo.
Con la motivación que ustedes tienen en el grupo, sabiendo que tal vez muchos no lo tienen como el favorito para esta final, ustedes todos.
Sí, el grupo está tranquilo, está motivado, está consciente. Creo que hemos venido haciendo las cosas bien y eso es nuestra fortaleza, ¿no? El grupo y la unión que tenemos. Entonces, como lo dije a tu compañero, lo más importante es lo que hagamos nosotros y lo que pensemos nosotros, ¿no?
¿Cómo modificar a Messi? La última vez que lo dejaste fue en el Mundial de Qatar, en un huequito que encontró de repente en un recorrido la mente. Es muy difícil marcar a Messi.
Por algo es el mejor del mundo, el mejor de la historia en mi manera de ver el fútbol, ¿no? Yo lo decía y lo he dicho muchas veces, que él parece que no está en el partido y que no encuentra los espacios, pero en el momento que tú le das el mínimo espacio, él lo aprovecha. Por eso ha estado durante tantos años al máximo nivel y compitiendo por ser el mejor jugador del mundo y de la historia, ¿no? Creo que el día de mañana no hay una teoría para pararlo, ¿no? Creo que habrá que trabajar muy bien como equipo y que pase lo que Dios quiera, ¿no?
Héctor, este torneo, históricamente, pocos grupos o pocos equipos lo toman muy en serio en la fase inicial. Y yo cuando llegan las finales se lo toman más en serio. Les han dicho que no son con su experiencia en este torneo.
Creo que nosotros fue un poco así, ¿no? Al inicio jugaba el segundo equipo y algunos venían a la banca, otros no. Yo en lo personal siempre les dije que había que tomarnos en serio todos los torneos que jugáramos, que fuéramos partido a partido y viendo hasta dónde nos alcanzaba para llegar, ¿no? Obviamente por el grupo que tenemos, ¿no? Nosotros le dimos bastante importancia y creo que tuvimos una justa, algo merecido, ¿no? Poder llegar a la final contra un equipo, ¿no? Hoy en la mañana comentaba yo que cualquier equipo de la MLS desearía estar jugando esta final por quien está del otro lado, ¿no? Nosotros creo y pensamos que podemos hacer las cosas bien y esta final para nosotros significa muchísimo porque sabemos que podemos quedar en la historia del club, quedar en la historia del fútbol de la MLS y bueno, esa es nuestra gran motivación.
Héctor, la ciudad de Houston está cambiada. Una competición. ¿Cuántas querían ustedes dentro del grupo? ¿Cómo es que lo van a hacer ustedes? O sea, mucha gente estará viajando mucho más para apoyar a los autores.
Claro, lo dije al inicio que tenemos la ilusión de poder volver a casa con la copa porque sabemos la gente que está detrás de nosotros, todo lo que nos apoya, tanto la gente de la ciudad como nuestras familias que el día de mañana estarán acá apoyándonos, que son la motivación principal de cada jugador, ¿no? Entonces, es una manera bonita de poderles agradecer todo el cariño que nos brindan y obviamente seguir por esa línea para lo que queda después en la recta final de la temporada de la MLS.
En días pasados decías que tal vez podías haber seguido en Europa. Y hoy Busquets se expresó muy bien de ti, que no es fácil enfrentarte dentro de la cancha, que llevan una buena relación, pero que ahora el partido cada quien a defender los suyos. Es grande enfrentar también a un jugador como Sergio Busquets.
Para mí creo que es si no el mejor, uno de los mejores jugadores en su posición y lo admiro muchísimo por la tranquilidad, la forma de jugar, ¿no? Tuve la oportunidad de jugar muchas veces contra él y me parece, a lo mejor muchos dirán que es lento, que una cosa, pero la forma en que él siempre sale jugando con esa tranquilidad y encuentra pases o ve pases que nadie ve, eso es lo que lo hace diferente, ¿no? Nada, será un placer volver a enfrentarlo y bueno, esperemos que podamos vencerlos nosotros, ¿no? Siempre se juega para ganar y el día de mañana esa es otra de las grandes motivaciones, ¿no? Que tienen a jugadores de muchísima calidad, como él, como Alba, como Messi, que todo el mundo lo sabe, y un gran entrenador, un gran equipo de jóvenes que lo están haciendo muy bien, que bueno, eso es algo que nos motiva muchísimo.
Gracias a todos. Regresamos con Ben Olsen. We'll be right back with Dynamo head coach Ben Olsen. Everyone, forward. Great questions for Dynamo head coach Ben Olsen. And what do you expect for the final game tomorrow against Inter Miami? And with the great time that we don't know if Messi will be or not will be on the field.
Yeah, that seems to be a lot of talk going on about that. We're not overly concerned with that, whether he's in or out. Of course, we know the impact he has on the field, but we also understand this is a very good team with and without him. So we'll prepare. We certainly prepared up until this point with him in. If the reports are true, we have a little bit of time to also prepare for him, prepare for them without him. So not really our issue. It's theirs. We'll continue to just prep in the way we have been.
You kind of touch on it there, and we'll talk about it. Someone who made all that seem so little thoughtful about you guys.
That's okay.
How much more big is that?
We're used to that. We kind of live in that space with the Houston Dynamo, at least in the short time that I've been here. We don't make a lot of headlines, and I think this is part of this process for us of gaining back fans and being more relevant in this league and in the MLS. So, certainly being here helps. Winning helps even more. So that's part of kind of our motivation as well, is to put this team back on the map a little bit.
You've obviously played big games as a player, the coach, and then you've been doing it with the final coach. Do you anyone in the group right now, they started to feel like the juice of this and feel like a big appeal to you at this point?
Yes, yeah. You could sense a real energy today within this group on what an opportunity we have in front of us. I'm not sure starting this year, if we're really sitting around and being honest with each other, we thought we'd be in a final, but things have clicked a little quicker in some areas than we thought. We rode a little luck in this tournament, as I spoke about, which you always have to do in the Open Cup. The road to the Open Cup is always a wild one, so now it's about not just being okay with made it to the finals. So now some unfinished business is ahead of us, and I felt that today with the group for the first time. Yesterday, not so much. It was the first day back. There's been a lot of games, so it's really about recovering. But today there was a different look in these players' eyes, and I think they understand the weight of this, but not in a heavy way. We're the underdog. I don't think a lot of people were picking us, and that's, I think, again, a space where we've lived and rallied behind in some ways this year. Hopefully we could lean on that tomorrow, play free, play brave, and compete for a championship.
And, aside from so regardless of what happens tomorrow, how much can this game help you guys?
Oh, it'll help us a lot more if we win. Because it's an emotional moment for us, for anybody, any player or coach who goes to a finals. It's charged. It's highly charged. You don't get here that often. You don't get to play for a trophy, and very often in your pro sports career. Some do, but very, very few have that luxury. So it's a busy schedule, and hopefully we can get the result and carry this momentum. If that doesn't happen, and business as usual, we'll get back. We still haven't done anything this year. There's been some good stories and some a little hype on us lately, but we haven't done anything. You know, we've gotten some points, but we're not in the playoff yet, and we haven't won anything. So we still have hopefully a real hunger about us to deal with the two objectives that are in front of us. That's postseason soccer and holding the trophy.
You mentioned the fact that there's a little Norway getting some fans back and regarding respect as well. There'll be a lot of fans that are watching that aren't Dynamo fans or even soccer fans that's playing. What does the U.S. Open Cup mean to you guys as a trophy that the fans that don't know about?
Well, it's always a tricky tournament to explain to people. I'll say this: we have a lot of respect for the Open Cup. I always talk about I'm a romantic with this cup. The idea that lower league clubs can play against bigger fish, and the big fish can play against the whales, and how that goes throughout a tournament, throughout a year. I love the format, so hopefully that they will tune in, and hopefully they'll be excited about the product that we're putting together here, and that translates into people coming out to the stadium in Houston. I've said it publicly many times. We don't have enough people in our stands, and I go around this country, and more times than not, the stadiums are full, and they're bumping, and they're loud, and they're intimidating, and the people that do show up to our crowds are loud and have great energy and give us a real boost every weekend. So it's not about them, but we can do better in that, and part of that is us winning games and winning back some fans through them wanting to be a part of our team.
Ben, you mentioned the fans. Some Inter Miami people are hearing my mention saying that this team is going to be greeted with a buzzsaw at this stadium. What are you expecting from the Inter Miami crowd?
Well, the beauty of this league is one of the big differences in this league over the last 10 years is the atmospheres that you're going to see week in, week out, whether you're going to St. Louis or Portland. Doesn't matter if it's a finals or or just a weekend game. The atmospheres are intimidating and wonderful, and the pageantry is high. So hopefully they bring that to tomorrow. You know, I'm still a fan of the environment, and I think it's one thing that makes our sport in this country special is when you show up to these stadiums and you have the tifos and that the fans are part of the show. I hope they bring it. We're gonna have some orange out there. You know, we got some family and friends coming, and I know some people have made the trip down. So orange stands out, so that's more than pink.
Ben, how would you rate the importance to this Cup and the League Cup at this time? Or is it more important to win this tournament or the League Cup?
Well, for us right now, it's more important to win the Open Cup. If at the beginning of the season you ask that question, I don't know, because the League Cup was an unknown, and it's a good question. I haven't thought about it, right? But right now, yeah, Open Cup would be my answer.
What's your approach as a coach going into a big game like this? Do you prefer to let your players kind of sit back themselves, or do you let it maybe pump them up a little bit and help them understand?
I think it depends on your group. I've had different types of groups. Some needed a little bit of that speech. Some seem to be pretty level-headed and understand that what the task is, and maybe it's almost get out of the way a little bit and let them roll. So it's a little feel. We have some players that have been in these types of games, and that makes me feel good because they are different. The intensity is higher, the pace, it's a game of moments and concentration. When you're in the finals, everybody's heightened, and we've got a lot of guys with MLS Cup experience, MLS, and also overseas. And that was by design. We brought guys in here that are winners and come from winning cultures to help us kind of restart this thing. And hopefully that will be that will help us in the match tomorrow. For the most part, yeah. It's also business as usual. The way we prepare for teams, that's still the way we prepare for Miami, because it's something that we're used to, and I think doing anything different wouldn't make a lot of sense, and maybe not as authentic as if we were trying to reinvent the wheel of what, for the most part, has worked for us this year. And so we'll just keep going at it. They know what's at stake. They know that there's a lot more eyeballs on this game, and that this is a chance for them to be champions. And again, you only get, it's rare to get that night where you get champagne in your eyes, and I'm looking forward to watching them play.
Coach, how do you feel Héctor Herrera at this point of his career playing for a championship tomorrow? Or how big has been his impact on this team this season?
He's been massive. I've talked about it many times. He's helped me. We've, I think, fostered a very good relationship, one built on trust and freedom in some ways. So I think he's been given the keys to this team, and he understands. I think the group dynamics. He has a real weight on his shoulders and responsibility to do well for the club and make sure he's a huge part of turning this club around. He's a DP, a lot of money spent to bring them here. He understands all that. And I think last year he took a little heat because he didn't come in here and tear the league up. But he had a World Cup looming last year. He had a little injury. It's a brand new team. It wasn't his team. And this year was a blank canvas for him. And it's his leadership on and off the field has been, again, helpful for me, and certainly on the field, his play has been just a lot of fun to watch. His relationships that he's built on the field at times have put together some of the best soccer that I've ever been a part of as a coach. And again, he's a good teammate, and he's a good human as well.
You feel that you recovered the best version of it?
Me? No, I haven't done that. He's done that. And I think his role here is different than maybe at some of the other teams. I think he has a little bit more freedom to play make and be the man. And I think he's enjoyed that. And he's earned it. And I think he's been one of the better, maybe the best number 8 in the league this year. And hopefully, I trust he'll be at his best tomorrow.
Beginning of the season, you had a pattern in the midfield, and you were really excited to come on. How are you supporting that? How do you feel about that?
Well, they've been, Hector in some ways wasn't a surprise. A few World Cups, he's an elite player. So him playing at a high level, that's what they do. But Bossi, Coco, Artur, and that relationship centrally, that organic kind of feel that they have for each other. It's not coaching. We give them a structure. We try to put them in positions to succeed. And then sometimes there's intuition and relationships and trust that they build. And they've really done a good job on that. They like each other. You can see that within the group, that they enjoy each other's company, and sometimes that helps. That helps on the field, looking after somebody. So that they've been great. The midfield, again, guys that come in and help out with Luis Casado. Back line has been shifting. We've had some injuries. Teenage is out DP, and the next guy came in to fill in. So it's been a group effort to get here. And did I answer your question? I'm fading here. Slate.
Consider the field to be the greatest strength of your team. What does Ben Olsen consider the strength of the Dynamo squad?
Well, certainly the midfield is. I think if you're scouting us or opposing coach, you're looking at our midfield, and but I think the collective nature of our group is probably still what I have been most happy with the crew over the course of the season. Everybody's engaged in both of us the ball. They seem very clear. They're able to take information in the right way and execute what we're trying to build here in the structure and with the ball, without the ball. Again, they look after each other, and everybody's giving what they have, and that part, that collective side is again, I think what I'm happy with most throughout this season.
Let me flip that. Preparing for Miami, outside of the big three, what players?
Well, Farias was, I don't know how we get this guy. I think he's a lovely player. I think on any other team, he's probably a DP level player. I think he's an excellent player. The youngsters are coming up. Taylor is serious. Both forwards, Campana and Joseph are a handful. I mean, this team without the big three is still a very good MLS team, and they've shown that when those guys weren't in the lineup. And they still, we go through the exercise, and okay, he's out. It's like, whoa, he's in, or he's out. Wow, this guy's in. So their ability to create this team in a short amount of time with this amount of depth is pretty remarkable. And so I don't really care who plays. We just understand that whoever's going to be out there, it's going to be a very tough test for us. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you very much.
Whatever you want to do.